Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to join you seriously curious piano teachers today. And I thank Sally and Sharon for inviting me to create this short video for you on how to produce a beautiful sound at the piano. Pretty difficult. I hope you'll find this some inspiration here because there are no, and I guess thankfully there are no easy answers. My hope is you'll explore more at the piano with your pieces, that you'll tell better stories with your playing, and that you'll find the spark you need to propel your own music forward. Here we go. Here's a picture of my kitchen. If my husband wants to get to the refrigerator, he goes to the right side of the island, past the trash, dishwasher, oven, and onto the refrigerator. He thinks there's one way around the island, which I find very amusing. But how else can one get there from this vantage point? One can go left and go directly there, and that's probably what we would all do. But you could install a trapeze bar and swing over the island and take a left, couldn't you? You could get a ladder, hop up on the island, spin 4 times around, then jump down to the fridge. You could run around clockwise, maybe 5 times, counterclockwise 4 times, and go to the fridge. You could go by the sink and decide to do dishes and forget why you were in the kitchen in the first place. You could think about how you want to get to the fridge and decide to come back tomorrow. You could go outside and come through a different door to get there. Or my favorite, you could go across the street and see what the neighbor has in his or her fridge. If you're like me, I came up in piano lessons using method books. John Thompson, that ages me. And think about this for a little bit. So teachers generally use one set of books, mine did. They're written and edited by one set of pedagogues with one insular kind of compact set of definitions. So what happens when I come to a piece that is out in the wild that's not in a method book? I'm probably going to lean on those definitions and that easy path forward directly to the fridge, taking a left, and say, oh, there's a staccato. I need to play that detached. But it never occurs to me, how detached should it be? It doesn't occur to me that maybe the rhythm that is written is not exactly the rhythm that suits the music best. Is that heretical? Probably. Okay, but I'll show you an example of that in a little bit. So we do all the right things. We play all the right notes. We've got all the right rhythms. We've got all the right dynamics. You know, we've got all those slur marks. We're doing all those beautiful lifts at the ends of those. And we don't have a beautiful sound. And why is that? I think it's because we're going directly to what we think the music ought to be. So we don't pass go, we don't collect our $200, and we do not experiment or color outside of the very carefully provided lines that our method books have provided us. If you were taught these things, your training was exactly like mine. So in order to develop an idea around beautiful sound, one must be a bit of a rascal and build a trapeze in their kitchen so that they can get to the refrigerator a whole different way. Now, it's just kind of hyperbole, of course, and we wouldn't do that. And maybe it's not in the best of taste to always go to our neighbor's house and raid their refrigerator. And the same can be true about our experimentation at the piano. So I'm upstairs, I'm on my digital piano today. I hope you don't mind. I did record in my studio downstairs, Strange Lands and People from Fremden Ländern und Menschen. And I just thought I would walk you through that for a bit. When I look at the score, it shreds before my eyes. If we stand at a certain distance, the whole piece looks like it's exactly the same thing measure to measure. We have these triplets, we have these weird, unworkable, I'll give you a little hint there, unworkable dotted rhythms. And then I start to see all the connections. What belongs here, what belongs there? Does that fermata really only apply to those notes, or can other notes be under that? And I think in this case they are. So I see all those bits and pieces that belong together and the bits and pieces that don't belong together. I see the vertical structure of what's happening. We have that beautiful melody. What notes are in that melody? right? You hear a lot of people adding an extra note or two in this one, and I'll show you that. And where is the tension then? When we have something that looks so similar, the tension is in a secondary melody that happens in that left hand. And I just love this one in particular, and I'll show you as we go along, because sometimes they move together, but oftentimes they spread apart. And to me, this is it feels like it's viscerally tearing the music apart at that point, and there has to be some energy in that. So let me play you this piece, and I'll walk you through and notate my score so that I don't make too much noise while I'm playing. I did in this recording try to go to the edges of the boundaries of good taste, so you may not like everything I did, but I tried to explore beautiful sounds in the piece. And I tried to play it in a different way than I've ever played it before. And I hope I was successful there. And I hope you like it and kind of understand where I'm coming from. Thanks so much. Here we go.